Hi guys, well the tidy up continues. Bloody tree at the back of the allotments keeps shedding its leaves, and like a monkey we keep picking them up, and we've been piling them into the compost bin. And I've got a couple of clips to show you what we've been doing. I'll show you what it looked like before and what it looked like after, and I'll show you what the compost bin where we're putting all this stuff in. So let's get down there now and show you what we've been doing. This sucks, but it's got to be done. I've got to pick all them leaves up before they all start to rot into the wood chip. Otherwise I'm going to have the wood chip rotting, and well, I don't want that. I want to be able to walk on it comfortably. So yeah, we've got to scrape all the bloody leaves up now and put them into the compost bin. So anyway, I'm going to crack on. Well, it looks a lot better. We're not picked every leaf up. We're not that crazy, because it's going to drop them down again, but generally pick most of them up. And well, it's looking a bit better around here. And well, we've got the back to go and do now, because the back's just as bad as the front. Well guys, this is the back of the plot, and as you can see there's leaves everywhere, all down the path, all off that bloody tree there. But like I say, we're not going to knock it, because we use all the leaf mulch when we collect it from the tree. So you know what we're going to do now. I'm just going to rake all that lot up and show you when it's all finished. So might as well start and do a little bit. Bin's all topped up. That'll soon rot down, but there's a load more leaves to stick in it. But what happens there now, we've left an hole at the bottom for the hedgehogs to go in, and they're overwintering there, and I won't disturb them. Come spring, that'll all be rotted down, and we'll just keep adding to it until the fall, autumn, and then all this will come out of here straight onto the plot, as we do every year. So there you go, that's one of my compost bins. Just topped it up. People say chop the leaves up, but I just throw them in, they soon rot down. There you go, that's all the leaves picked up from the back of the plot. We used the rake. It took us 10 minutes to do it, and it looks a damn sight better than it did. All the beds are nice and clear of the... We could have just left the leaves in the beds, they would have rotted down, but no, we put them in the compost bin, we rot them down properly, and yeah, then we put the compost on later on in next year. So there you go, in the compost bin, full to the top. What we have been doing, we've got a watering can, is it a number 2s or number 1s? Well, anyway, pee, urinate, whatever you like to call it, into a watering can, top it up to the top with water, and sprinkle it on the leaves, guys. Get your fork, flip them over, more water. I put number 2 of the chickens on top of it a little bit, and it helps to start the process of rotting it all down, and within a few weeks it'll drop enough to put more in. And yeah, after we tidied all that, we come on the next day after like this bloody big storm we had the other night, and the leaves are back all over the plot. So what we will do, we'll leave them for a few more days. I'm not going to go out there and keep picking them up every day like we did last year. Only an idiot does that. But yeah, we'll give them a few more days. The tree's still got a lot of leaves on it, but once they're off, it'll look a lot better. We've actually been doing a few other little jobs on the allotments. We took some celery out the other day. I in fact removed all the celery at the end of it, but I'm going to show you me lifting a couple and clean them up and show you what they look like. So have a look at this. Oh, they look alright, these. Oh, very nice. Just gotta get the roots. Good root system on them. Got some of this soil off the roots, it's absolutely pointless. Try to move it with all that soil off. Yeah, good root system there. And, well, nice celery that. Making more often. Yeah, let's get it in the wheelbarrow and have a look at it. Oh dear God. Bloody big thing. So there's the celery all cleaned up, and we lifted 2. We didn't need to lift any more. There's enough there for a couple of meals. Yeah, I'll be making some celery soup with that later. But yeah, the root system's absolutely fantastic. That's what I expected. But yeah, it's cleaned up. We just give it a quick rinse with some fresh water, just to show you the root systems and what have you, and the leaf foliage. And these are self-blanching. I forget the name of them, but yep, they look wonderful. So there's the result. Yeah, they're as big as a bloody wheelbarrow. They're really nice celery. We give one away. We're going to be using the other one to make celery peanut and celery soup. It's a combination. Well, actually, it's more of a broth. Ingredients. Oh God, where do we start? We throw everything in. Starting off with obviously celery, Savoy cabbage, big chunks of potatoes, onions, carrots, a swede or turnip. If you've only got one or the other, just use one. 4 cans of peas, process. I actually pressure cut 2 ham joints, 2 ham shanks actually, and the liquor from that I actually put into the ham, into the pot to flavour it. In fact, I do 2 pots. I do one for vegetarians and one for me, basically, or one for the ones who like the meat. And obviously salt and pepper. I use half a cup of pearl barley and half a cup of lentils to thicken it up. And it takes about an hour and a half to do the whole lot. Obviously an hour and a half for the ham shanks to go, to break down, and by the time they're ready, the broth's already ready to go. It's just throwing the meat into it really. And then I get a little pot like this. That's all I get out of a bloody big bucket size pans this big, this deep. I get a little pot because everybody, all neighbours, they can smell it and they all come for some sugar, don't they? And I've tried hiding it, they still find it. The missus gives them, everybody who comes, they're all there with the pots. All the family, they all love it, and one of them gets to here, they tell the others, and before I know it, I've got an house full. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to make myself some of that, because I really fancy that today, and I'm going to use that celery to do it. We was also doing some more planting, bulb planting for the spring. We put a load of daffodils into the bed, which has got all the currant bushes in. Basically, it's we put clumps of these daffodils, like you get a bag of daffodils, all the same type. We put them in a clump. We've got a different type of daffodil. We've done that in another clump, and we've gone like that right the way around the bed. And then we put copious amounts of trumpet tulips, all different colours, purples, whites, pinks, around as well. Plus it already had that many, it had tons of them in to start off with, so they should really pop. I'll show you what we had to do though. Like silly sausage me, I put the horse manure down before I actually put the bulbs in, so we had to move the horse manure back, bed, the blanket basically, and then we use this dibber. Notice how it's clean. We always clean as dibbers. Got several types of dibbers, but this is the one I use, for about 6 to 8 inches deep, and in go the daffodils, and 6 inches for daffodils, 8 inches for probably tulips. It just depends what size the tulips are and the daffodils really. So I'm going to show you a little clip of me actually putting a few of these in now, and we'll be right back. Well, this is the bed that we got to stick all the daffodils in. Now we've got them all down the edge here, and down the edge there we've put about 60 in, but we're going to put a few hundred in there. So yeah, all the leaves are now off the black currants, red and white currants. These are red, white, black. There's a few black over there and red. So yeah, we're going to be piling in a load more daffodils into this bed, and that's it really. The sedum's died back now. We just leave that'll come again next year. But yeah, we've got to be putting loads of bulbs in. My dahlias are covered up with the horse manure there, and yeah, this bed will look really good when we finish. So like I said, I've got to get me dibber, and we'll start putting some daffodils and what have you in amongst all these. It'll look lovely when we've done. Right, we're going to put some of these double early foxtrot in, and these are tulips, and what we're doing, we're going to put them in a clump. So obviously I've got to move the horse manure away. We're going to put them, like I say, in a clump here, and what we need the dibber, and about 6 inches deep. Ground's lovely and soft. Not too sure how many of these I've got, so I'm just going to tip them out, and I say we're pushing right down to the bottom. The hole to make sure they hit the bottom of the hole. Clearly we've got quite a lot of these, and there's another 5, so let's say another 5 holes. Ground's lovely and soft here. The effect that I'm after is like to have different clumps of daffodils coming up, so obviously it's just make sure all the holes are all covered, and then it's just putting the horse manure back over the bed, and what you'll start to see is the tulips coming up. Now I've just been messing about here. Sure, there's loads of worms in these, and they move like lightning. The worms there, all them worms will be pulling this horse manure down into the bed, and rejuvenating all the bushes. So as you see, we've uncovered it, we covered it back over. The tulips and daffodils will come through there. One of you guys made a comment about it's a bit of a waste of space, all like that, putting all them bulbs in, all them flowers. But no, it isn't, because in them beds are bushes, fruit bushes. In each of them beds is all fruit bushes. Okay, the bed that I actually put the bulbs in, which only got 2 bushes at the moment, but I am putting another 2 bushes in there, and I've got a couple of bushes lined up, I've got I've got 2 blueberries. I'm thinking just sticking 1 blueberry and something else in here. So I'm still toying with putting another variety. So I've got 4 different types of fruit bushes in there. So I've got to work on that. What I'm going to, the 4th one might be, but yeah, we've got a blueberry to stick in there. So yeah, all the bushes, all the front part of the plot has bushes, fruit bushes, and tons and tons of spring bulbs. When they die back, I mean, we're going to get a flush of colours straight away. They die back, then we'll get the gladiolas. We'll get the lilies. We get lupins that start to come up. They die back, then you get the dahlias that start to come up. So we're going to try and keep the colour going through this year into the beds. We managed to do it last year, so I can't see why we can't do it this year. Oh, the sun's come out. It was raining before. Raining cats and dogs. It's getting onto the allotments today. We had to get a little boat and paddle down the paths from the centre of the allotments. All the paths are underwater. Well, not all of them, but there was a few of them.
So,
have a look at this.
This is what the paths look like, and as you can see, they're almost impossible to walk down. It's like I say, it's not stopped raining now for basically 5 days, and well, if you look up there, it's not looking good, is it, guys? There's my flag.
Yeah, terrible. It's not stopped raining. It's been horrendous. It really has. My mate come on with me. He walked onto his plot. He turned around and walked off. Said, "Where are you going?" He said, "Have a look at this."
The water here. It's going underneath the door of his shed. We've had that much rain on here this last few days. It's incredible. But that is absolutely shocking. He said it's been up to the, I don't know if you can see the lat on the bottom of the door there. He said it's been that high the other week when it was really raining, but I've seen nothing like that for a while. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, his shed under water. It's actually come over the top of the door, so that's it, I'm off, see you later. I'll be back when it all dries out. It'll probably be dry by the end of tomorrow if it doesn't rain again. But we've had rain, intermittent today. We had hailstone a little bit earlier. We was doing some seeds. We got some red flag irises in the middle of the allotment, and they're in the pond. In fact, we got them off the gift table about 3 years ago, and we put them in these pots. We put gravel in, John Innes #1, mixed in with some clover, put the iris in. He tops it up with the clover and the John Innes. It's more of a sandy sort of compost, and then gravel over the top of it, and sunk them into the pond. So yeah, we sunk them in the pond, and well, there they've flourished, and this year, after the flowers had put on the performance as they did, beautiful, these red flag irises, we took all of the seed pods, because the seed pods started to open, so we got them in a tray to dry out. And what we did, well, I'll show you the tray in a minute, but we put them into these packs, the seeds into these packs. However, there was some of them what was germinating, so what I decided to do was to get a couple of these trays, and we've actually planted put some into some clover compost, some of these seeds what was germinating, and well, we're going to see what happens. I've just put around about 100-200 irises into the front part of the allotment, so I can't see why we can't start the seeds as well as we're starting the bulbs. I've not really done my research on them about the seeds. I think you can get away with it now. So we've done a couple of trays. Fingers crossed they come up. I'll keep you posted on that. But we've actually got yellow flag irises at home, so I'll be taking some of these red ones home and bringing some of the yellow ones here. So yeah, you don't need to go in a pond. You can go into, if you've got a damp patch in your garden, they'll sit there and they'll grow to heart's content, and they're really a lovely flower. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. So in fact, I'm going to show you the clip now of me doing that. So let's show you me doing a few of these seeds. I'll show you the seeds. They're really they're a funny type of seed, like little hockey pucks. Will you join me? Sorting a tray out from these red flag irises. And what I really need to do is find a tray to put this in. But what I'm going to do, just level this out so I've got somewhere to work. So there we go. So what we need now, these are, like I said, these red flag irises. Some of them are starting to germinate. So we're just going to use this dibber, and what we'll do, I'll find a tray of water, you know, to sit this tray in, and see what we get. I'm all excited, getting something for nothing here. These are what was seeds. These seeds we've took from the red flag irises which were growing in the pond, and the beautiful flowers. And you know, you don't have to put them in water, just into somewhere where it's damp. So there we go. There's the trays. There's one of them germinating now. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, in the hole it goes. And yeah, we're just going to put one seed per station. Some we'll give away. We're not going to be putting them all in. We'll be putting a lot of these around the front of the allotments as well, when it's time. Put some seeds in the ground. I'm sure they'll come up. I'm trying to pick the bigger seeds. We don't want the scrawny ones. Fatter the better. It's hard work. Try to drop them in the hole one at a time. So far we're managing it. And yeah, everyone there has got a seeded. So what we've got to do now, compost over the top. This is clover, by the way, guys. I'm sure you would all go, what is that bloody compost you're using there, Mark? Well, yeah, it is clover. And what we're doing is gently patting them down. Just making sure all the seeds come in contact. I'm going to do is find a tray, and then we can give these a good drenching of water. I found my tray. Now this is a watertight tray. What I mean by watertight, it will not let the water out, and like I say, these like wet conditions, so we're going to leave these in the greenhouse for now. Just watering me pots at the side of the Let's show you down here, guys. Just been watering them down there, these hanging baskets, but what we're concentrating on is this here, and these are the red flag irises. I'll put a label in, and we're gonna leave these in the greenhouse. It's pointless putting them outside. I have some labels somewhere. I'll put a label in. I know what they are anyway, but I will put a label in because I know what I'll do. I'll forget, and then I'll be sort of racking my head what a bloody hell what they are. So there we go. That's the red flag irises. These ones we're going to be giving away, and that's it for now. I'll keep you updated on these as soon as they start to germinate. So there you go, you see me using me little dibber. These things are only £1. Get them from most garden centres. In fact, I think that, what's he call it? Wilco's, I think they do them as well. I've seen them in Asda, you know, you can get them anywhere then. But yeah, perfect for putting the seeds in, so fingers crossed we're going to get some action from them. We was also we cleared the bed where the runner beans, the broad bean runner beans, put bloody runner beans now, they just go bleh, melt. We're putting these Bunyards exhibition in outside. We'll be doing that in the next episode. Well, we've got some in here that are about a foot tall now. I don't really want to use them ones. I want to use the stockier ones, the smaller ones, which we did in the toilet rolls. The ones what we did in the polystyrene box, well, they're a bit leggy. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but yeah, we're going to be putting them in the next episode. So until then, thanks for watching, guys, and leaving your comments, and once again thanks for subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you real soon. Like I say, we're going to be doing that, and we've also just before I go, forgetting to mention, it's been absolutely freezing down here. The chicken feeders have been freezing up, and well, this is what we do to stop them freezing. Have a look at this little tip. Well, guys, I'm going to be putting some apple cider into my water for my chickens. Only a little bit, not a lot. That should do them a world of good. And we're putting a bit of this glycerin in the water as well. Probably a capful. What that will do is stop the water from freezing. Plus it'll have nice and shiny beaks, so yeah, that's what we use. That stops the water from freezing up to about -5. This stuff good for worming them, and yeah, your chickens will thank you for this. I'm just putting the top back on it, and I'm going to flip the whole thing over. There we go. There's the water pouring into there, get to here, then stop, and that will stop. The glycerin in there now will stop the water from freezing, hopefully. So I'm going to put this in for my girls now. We've already got one of these in there, but that's just got fresh drinking water in that one. Yeah, so glycerin is the way to go. Cap full of glycerin. You've seen the glycerin. I also put some apple cider vinegar in there. It's trace elements and minerals and stuff like that. This time of year, your chickens need all the help they can get. So that's what I stick into the water, and it stops the water from freezing up to about -5. It'll stay unfrozen. After that, it's going to start to crystallise. However, I come down every day to check on my girls and make sure they've got plenty of water, and all I need to do is get some new wood chip, because they've turned the floor to compost again, the little buggers. They do me a great favour by saving me a fortune on compost. But I've got to get hold of the wood chip to replenish the floor in the chicken pen, not the coop, the pen, what they walk on. So yeah, we're going to we'll be sorting that out as well very soon. I'll go have a word with my mate who's a tree surgeon, lumberjack, whatever you like to call him. See if he can get me some wood chip dropped off. So that really is it. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks again for subscribing and watching and leaving your comments. Bye for now.